NBA season is just a couple of weeks away, and there are a couple of teams facing a make or break season. And coming in at number one for me, I mean, top of my list are the Chicago Bulls.
Oh, wow.
You don't have the Chicago Bulls on your
No,
list.
I would have never considered them. No.
Wow. Okay, so look, I picked the Chicago Bulls because it really is a make or break season. I mean, we're looking at DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine. To me, they don't fit.
Yeah.
They do not fit. They're the same player. One cannot complement each other's strengths and weaknesses. To me, they got to blow that up. They
Yeah.
have to. They re-up Billy Donovan as if that was going to do something. The Chicago Bulls were 10th in the Eastern Conference last season. When DeMar DeRozan first came to Chicago, I was like, okay, let's give it a try. They made it to, I think, top 6 in the East, made it to
Yes.
little playoffs, and DeMar went off. Zach LaVine disappeared. To me, it doesn't work. It's time to blow that up. And it starts with head coach Billy Donovan.
Wow. Wow. I think one of the reasons why when DeMar DeRozan came over in his first season as a Chicago Bull is because Zach LaVine was compromised. He was injured in and out of the lineup for his first season. So DeMar DeRozan had a chance to really cook.
He
Right. He
sure
was out
did.
there really kind of doing it. And I think that helped lead the Chicago Bulls to a top 6 seed in the Eastern Conference, DeMar DeRozan's first season, because Zach LaVine was barely there. But now in the second season, DeMar DeRozan was there. Zach LaVine played a little bit more, and so I can see the redundancy in their game and why it doesn't fit. Because I don't think Zach LaVine really is a true number one because he doesn't know how to do it, right? Because DeMar DeRozan, I think he could probably get in where he fit in, but DeMar DeRozan was pretty much what 1A when he was with the Raptors.
Yeah.
Aside from Kyle Lowry to come over here to the Chicago Bulls and not really know, are you one? Am I one? How do we complement one another? Or we don't? We're the same person. How do we do that? And then you got Vooch in there, supposed to be some type of, you know, div, you know, person to kind of help along the way, and he's not doing what his part. So I can see the Chicago Bulls. I wouldn't have considered them, but your argument makes sense. It is a break season for them. What will make their
Absolutely.
season though?
What would make their season?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think that they determine their roles. Like if
Mm,
I mean they've already re-upped Billy Donovan, which was a complete shock to me. I said, "There's no way. There's no way. It's
yeah.
stale. His offense doesn't work. Maybe he's not connecting with the players." But okay, so let's just say they keep Billy Donovan, and they're not able to trade Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan. They need to set clear roles. Billy Donovan has to set clear roles. And I think if we're not going to go with Lonzo Ball clearly because he's going to be out for a while,
Facts. Mm-hmm.
let's just double down on Alex Caruso then. Let's just double down on him. Let's throw
Yeah,
him into the starting lineup
I
with
like
Zach
that.
and DeMar. Patrick Williams has been kind of injured a lot the last
Mm-hmm.
couple of seasons. And let's just go with that. And let's keep Vooch's name out of trade talks. I mean, is he in or is he out? I think that plays on a player's psyche. And Vooch has not been the same player he was when he was with the Orlando Magic
That is
since
correct.
coming to Chicago. So,
That's
yeah,
correct.
it's make or break for them.
Wow, wow. I didn't have the Bulls, but I do have another team that if they don't make their superstar happy, and if their superstar does not see an NBA Finals run in this next season, 2024, it will be a break for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yep.
I'm telling you right now, Giannis decides, if Giannis does not make it to the NBA Finals in the 2024 season, the Milwaukee Bucks will be starting from scratch in 2025. And it will be a quick demise of their franchise in a matter of a season. So they better do whatever they can to keep Giannis happy. They better do whatever they can to make sure they get as far along in the playoffs as they could. Because if he does not resign with the Milwaukee Bucks will be an afterthought. They have been in the top, three in the past 3 seasons in the East. Very great team with Giannis on there. Matter of fact, Giannis is the team as we speak. So
Yeah.
if he leaves, and Drew Holiday's 1 foot out anyway, Chris Middleton, can he stay healthy? And so if they don't go deep in the playoffs, and I'm not even talking about Eastern Conference because I don't think that's going to be enough for Giannis. He wants the second championship, and if he cannot get it with the Milwaukee Bucks, he will be getting it from somewhere else. And I don't know if the Milwaukee Bucks can take that risk. So this season for the Milwaukee Bucks is a break season. And the only way they can make it happen and keep him on the roster, keep the Milwaukee Bucks name relevant in the NBA for the next the future seasons is to make it to the NBA Finals, and I don't know how they're going to do it, but they got a hard look, and I don't really know if Giannis is sold on the new coach.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know if
hard.
he is. I don't know if he's sold on the new coach, and if he's probably upset that they let go of Coach Bud. Something about it is not right. And I know he does this. And I read an article where Chris Middleton says, well, Giannis kind of does this all the time just to kind of light a fire under the players. But you can't take people just talking and not think they won't act on it. And I think Giannis, he holds all the cards. So if Giannis is unhappy, if Giannis don't think the team is going to go forward, because I can see right now, I surmise that Giannis it's not enough for them just to be a top 3 seed in the East. We've been number 1, we've been number 3. We've done that repeatedly. That's not what I want, though. I want that, and I want another championship. And if this team and this new coach can't help me get there with the Milwaukee Bucks, as a Milwaukee Buck, I'm out. And if he leaves, Milwaukee, I'm sorry, but the Bucks ain't gonna be able to do it they're gonna be out of it for the next 5 seasons. Can you imagine?
Yeah. And you talk about a quick turnaround, right? Having won the NBA championship just in the 2021 season and being kicked out in the first
Yes,
round last season. What?
against the
After being
Heat.
the number 1 seed.
Got kicked out from a team that barely made it to the playoffs. I mean,
Yeah.
like slid in at the last minute. What? So yeah, Milwaukee
Yeah.
Bucks, make or break. Your season will be broke. Your franchise will be broke for the next few seasons if y'all don't retain Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Woo, I have nothing to add to that, but let me tell you, the Milwaukee Bucks are on my list too.
Really?
That's it. Yep. That's it. It's gonna be a sad day in Wisconsin when Giannis decides, you know what, I'm out of here. Because he said at the end of the day, I'm a winner. Yeah, if you look at his past, the route that he had to take in order to get to the
Yep.
NBA, his childhood and everything that he's
Yep.
been through. Oh, he's a winner at the end of the day. However, there's talk that, hey, maybe there's 1 or 2 roster spots being occupied by his brother. I mean,
No, absolutely. He needs to sever ties. I'm 100%.
yes.
I actually watched that clip where Shannon Sharp, I heard when Shannon Sharp brought it up, and I said, exactly. Let's speak on that. Giannis, I know you want to tag your brothers along, but they can't even get their toe on the court. You holding up roster spots. You love them, and you're going to still support them 100%.
Absolutely.
But I guarantee you, if you were to leave, they will be leaving too, and I can pretty much bet that they will not be on another NBA basketball team. So why don't we just go ahead and say, you know what? Let Giannis keep shining. Let him keep being a man. We're going to step aside and we'll support you from the sidelines. But I agree.
I know, right? It's just crazy. Okay. All right. So my next team are the Miami Heat. Speaking of the Heat, right? The Heat kicked the Bucks out in the first round last season, barely made it into the NBA playoffs. But now we're looking at a team that just came out of the NBA finals, but still, I feel like it is so stale in Miami. Same coach, same everything, same Heat culture, same executives. It's just time for something new. Each year, we're like, okay, is this the year? Is this the year? Miami Heat, they always start the season off real flat. Jimmy Butler in particular, because Bam going to go to work. I'm sorry. Bam is going to do it. But now that you have Tyler Hero in trade talks and he doesn't appear to be happy
at all,
that's going to mess up his psyche for next season. I'm feeling a little bit like a Jordan Poole situation, not the whole fight, but just, his mindset, like y'all just paid me. I need a bigger role, but now you just put me on a trading block. Like you're willing to just discard me just like that. So I think that's going to affect the Miami Heat next season. And then you got Kyle Lowry, who shows on their depth chart, but come on, Kyle Lowry, almost 40 years old. What you going to get from Kyle Lowry? Jimmy Butler, you just can't knock Jimmy because he shows up in the moments that he's supposed to. But throughout the regular season, you're not going to get playoff Jimmy Butler. And then Bam is left there all by himself trying to carry the load because you can't count on Duncan Robinson. So for me, this is a make or break season. It could go either way for the Miami Heat because we've seen it, right? They start off flat and they make it to the playoffs and end up in the NBA finals. But something has to change.
Yeah. The cycle cannot continue for the next season. I agree. That's a good one. That's a good one. I have a team that can really make it. And when I say make it to the playoffs and be a part of the top 6 seed in the Western Conference moving forward, and that's Oklahoma City Thunder. They are right now what that core has and the supplementary players that they have on that roster. Now that Chet Holmgren will be coming into the season, they can finally get back to a top 6 seed. They haven't seen a top 6 seed since Billy Donovan was their coach, and that was a long time ago. They have been at the bottom. And I'm not talking about, 10, 11 bottom. No, 15, 14, 15 at the bottom. Bottom, dead bottom. So now they have an opportunity, I think, for the 2024 season to really make them make their name more relevant, make the other players, other teams really watch out for them when they come to play against them. I mean, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander can do it by himself. Did you see him when he was with Canada?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Box
So,
office.
oh my gosh, yes. So he has that, and then we have the other players that are just as comparable. I mean, with Shea Gilgeous and Giddy, and then you got Chet Holmgren, and you got Lou Dort, you got the Williams guys. You just all of these players, and then you have their coach that can really, really help make them. I keep saying, and you mentioned to me that I've made this like a verb, like a term. Can Oklahoma City Thunder, can they Sacramento Kings their way up into a top 6 seed, in the Western Conference? And I believe this roster can do it for the next season. So for them, the only way is up because they've been at the bottom for so long. And so it would be my expectations for the Oklahoma City Thunder is that they are actually a top 6 seed in the Western Conference and that they make it to the playoffs. Now, if they don't make a top 6 seed, because I think there's a couple of teams that they can probably, in the West that they can probably overcome. But if nothing else, at least if they can make their way into the playoffs by way of the play-in tournament, that will be a far better cry than what they've done in the past 3 seasons. So Oklahoma City Thunder, this is a make season for them.
Absolutely. And then Shea Gilgeous they won in the FIBA. Did they win? What did they win? Gold?
Was it
No,
bronze?
they didn't win gold. They won
bronze.
Germany won the gold. Oh my gosh.
I want it's bronze. They won bronze.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so he's gotten a taste of what what it looks like to win a trophy in the off season. Oh, I'm so happy for him and for Coach Mark Daigneault, who a lot of people didn't know who he was when he got the head coaching job for the Oklahoma City Thunder. I think it's safe to say now we know.
Now we know. However, it's a break season for him because he's been there for about 3 seasons now. If they probably don't make it to at least the playoffs, I say top 6 seed or at least by way of the play-in tournament, they may be looking at him.
Really?
You think? I think. How long? You don't think so?
I don't think so because he's part of the reason why. Well, and the executives having all these picks, right? You remember they kind of stockpiled them. He's part of the reason why OKC has this great nucleus of players right now in their style of play as well. So I don't know. Unless they try to do it like a Mark Jackson, how Golden State did Mark Jackson, where you build them up and then you send them packing. So
I have one more. This is a break season for this team, the Los Angeles Clippers. I'm sorry. We will not. The fans of the Los Angeles Clippers will not sit through a 6th season of this if they don't make it to the Western Conference Finals in 2024. I'm just saying. Season 5, what we going to do? Yes, do it for Ballmer. I mean, who y'all need to do it for? Ballmer? Because I can tell you right now, if they don't do it, Ty Lue gone. He out of there. Got to be another opportunity for Ty Lue. How much longer does he need to sit and coach guys who can't play for one reason or another? Right? Because this whole season for the Clippers rests on the legs of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. Rest on their legs.
Well, if that's the case. But you know what? I think Clippers fans have a little bit more patience than you're giving them credit for. That's
because they don't want to get, I don't know. I guess. Well, I tell you what, this Clipper fan is over it. And I am a Kawhi Leonard stan. Trust me. Go back to our old videos. I like Kawhi Leonard. Now, where he go, I'll probably go with him with the next team. I'm seeing right now he's on the Clippers. And how much longer? How much longer? I just think the Clippers, and they got this new arena that's supposed to be launching for the 2025 season. You think they want to go on with some mess? So break season. They have to top of the standing in the Western Conference, and they got to make it to the Western Conference Finals, the Clippers, for the 2024 season. Otherwise, it's going to be another bust. And how many more times do we have to have a bust with this duo, these stars at this caliber?
Do you think them bringing over James Harden will?
No.
Well, okay.
No. However, I do believe that Russell Westbrook can help carry them. I do believe that. With his athleticism, if he gonna show up regardless, and maybe he would give a new spark to what they need in that locker room that will really get them to say, okay, we're gonna push for it. If Russ can do it, we can do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because maybe that's what they need. So I think so, but the Clippers got to do something with this nuclear. Come on, and then they only the deepest play, one of the deepest rosters in the NBA. Really? But the thing about it is that they do have a deep roster. They can at least get a top 6 seed in the West. But then the playoffs come and you're like, what happened? What?
I know. Who's playing tonight? It's terrible when you have to ask that question every single game.
Right. And you want Clippers fans to buy with preseason buy seats in their new arena for what? You don't even know when they're gonna play.
Exactly.
So yeah, no, they got to do something. But this is a break season for this nucleus of the Los Angeles Clippers.